What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to have a big discussion about the coaching staff, Billy Donovan, and I guess just everything. There's a couple things I just want to get off my chest. At the end of the day, I don't have any structure to these videos anyway, but there's definitely not going to be structure to this video either. I'm just going to say what I need to say, make it a video, call it a day, and just try to forget about the Chicago Bulls for the rest of the day. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not it is time. I mean, let's be honest, everybody knows it's time, but whether or not you actually think maybe Billy Donovan will get fired from this game. Maybe I'll give my answer to that at the end of the video if I remember. But again, there's not a whole lot of structure. And I always want to try to find something positive about someone before I absolutely tear them a new one, if you know what I mean. But I'll give you some positives about Billy Donovan first. I like the honesty that he provides sometimes in his press conferences, in the way that he analyzes the game and stuff of that nature. I like his honesty. Sometimes he admits he doesn't have answers to certain situations. Sometimes he admits that it's a coaching issue. Sometimes he admits it's player issues. At the end of the day, I like honesty in players, in coaching staffs as well. When someone is honest, it brings more, I guess, understanding of a certain situation. When DeMar DeRozan said he truly believes 1 or 2 games can turn it around for the Chicago Bulls, I believe him. I believe he's telling the truth, but I don't necessarily have to agree with him. I believe in what he's saying. I like the fact that he's honest and has belief in himself, but I don't have to agree. When Andre Drummond is saying he believes he'll be a Hall of Famer by the end of his career, I believe he's telling the truth in the way that he believes it himself, and I don't have to agree with it, but I like when he's telling the truth. I like when he believes in something and that is his truth. And it's the same with Billy Donovan. I don't have to agree with his tactics. I don't have to agree with what went wrong. I don't have to agree with anything that he says, but I like the honesty in his press conferences sometimes. And that is something I'll take away from this situation with him as the coaching staff. There are certain coaches out there that won't give you responses as to what went wrong, would like to keep the issues close to their chest, and won't express to anybody what's actually going wrong in the locker room or going wrong on the court. You know, Bulls fans can see it. Bulls fans can make it out for themselves, but some people don't watch the games, so they won't have a clue. And that's where press conferences come really important. And that's how you get to get a better understanding of games and certain situations. That's the positive I'm going to get to Billy Donovan. But boy, has his coaching been so poor for the Chicago Bulls this season. Again, this Brooklyn Nets game spoke to everything that I hated about his coaching. Literally everything put into one game. The overplaying of the bench. Sometimes you got to learn, all right, the bench is not at it today, stick with the starters, and vice versa. Sometimes the starters are not out there bringing their best, and you got to work with the bench a little bit more. There's a balancing act there. But Billy Donovan overplayed the bench when they were struggling. And in many ways, he should have went back to the starters a lot quicker in that game. These adjustments or lack of adjustments, it's just so frustrating to watch. Every single game we're seeing the same issues. And I just don't know what else to do. If I'm a fan trying to watch this and trying to stay positive about this Bulls team, what else is there left to do when you just constantly see lack of adjustments? And Billy Donovan, even himself, like the camera is on him every game. And he's either scratching his head, chewing his gum, and it just looks like he doesn't know what to do for the Chicago Bulls team. It really just feels like he has no answers anymore. And it really feels like he is left stumbling and wondering just as much as the Bulls fans are about this Bulls team. But there's even more. Again, these set minutes is frustrating because I think it was clear today the Chicago Bulls should have taken Vucevic out of the game, replace him with Drummond, but Drummond was in foul trouble, so I understand if you don't want to replace Drummond with Vucevic, but at least go smaller. Again, remember the days when we played Derrick Jones Jr. as a backup center? I even remember games where Javonte Green was the backup center for the Chicago Bulls. There were certain games out there where that was the case. We have right now in the team, if you're looking at how, again, and there's no excuse for this, Brooklyn played Royce Center as the starting center for the for the Brooklyn Nets, and Finney Smith. One of those guys you could call a center, I don't even know, but they're both natural forwards. So you could have found a way to play Torrey Craig and Patrick Williams in the game. You could have found a way to get Julian Phillips some minutes off of the bench. You could have found a way. You could have found a way to rotate this team and adjust to the Brooklyn Nets, who were playing 5 out and were targeting each of the centers all night long. But it was very clear with Andre Drummond, we were playing better than the way Nikola Vucevic was playing on the court today. And that is the same thing, finding an adjustment and making it work. It's so disrespectful to Bulls fans, where 99% of Bulls fans can see the issues that the Chicago Bulls have and how coaching can be a solution for some of them, not all of them. Because you can't teach heart and you can't teach work ethic. No inspirational, there's only so many inspirational coaching, I guess, speeches you can give to a team before they just simply won't respond to them anymore. And I know Billy Donovan, in the past, people have called him a motivator. People have called him a player coach, and I understand that. And maybe that's another positive you can take out of his coaching. I don't think he's a terrible coach, but he's definitely not the right coach for the Chicago Bulls. There's only so much you could do motivational-wise, but the tactics of this team, the adjustments, it's just all wrong, and it doesn't suit our playing style. It doesn't suit Billy. It just doesn't suit the Chicago Bulls in general. To keep Nikola Vucevic in this game, in my opinion, was a disaster. And I think that was, again, one of the nails in the coffins as to why he should be fired. He should be fired. It's as simple as that. That's the whole point of this video. Why Billy Donovan needs to go. It's because I think he has really bad adjustments, if he even makes adjustments in the first place. I feel like he's honest to a T, and at points that will come back to bite him, even though I respect his honesty. But I truly feel like he has no more answers. I don't think there's anything more he can do for the Chicago Bulls team. And I think we would be better suited with a different coach in place. Someone that has new and fresh ideas. Look, the best teams in the world eventually get rid of their head coaches. Sometimes you just need that freshness in the team. It happens in every sport. It's not just basketball. Go to the world of football. Even the best coaches, the best managers, whatever you want to call them in the world, eventually they get replaced for something new, something fresh, something different. It happens. The world of, I'm assuming, even American football, it would be the same. Obviously, in the AFL, Aussie rules football, it's the same. Even in the NBL, which is basketball in Australia, it's the same. It's the same in every sport around the world. Sometimes you just need something different. Sometimes you just need a change. Sometimes you just need to have a different idea. Maybe more of a progressive coach in terms of player development. Maybe we are trying to need to find a more tactically better offensive-minded coach that Billy Donovan just isn't that. He never has been that. Sometimes you just need something different. And again, I know people will just call him trash, washed, whatever. I don't like doing that to people because Billy Donovan was a well-respected, he won Coach of the Year for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was a well-respected college coach. I'm not going to sit here and call someone that has made it to the top echelon of the NBA. Again, the Coach of the Year is pretty much one of the highest places you can go without winning a championship. He's made it to NBA Finals before. Granted, his team was ridiculous, right? I'm not going to sit here and call him trash. I don't think he's trash. But maybe his coaching style is outdated. Maybe we just need something fresh. I can't give you all the answers here. But all I can tell you is I can see a time for a change when it's there. And I'm hoping AK can see it as well, but it's clear that he can't see it. Otherwise, he would never have given him an extension in the first place. But we can all see a change when it needs to happen. And after this game against Brooklyn, the amount of disasters he had, adjustments and coaching-wise, which I think it's the clearest it's ever been in this game against Brooklyn, changes have to happen. There's no finding a way to fix it or get rid of it now. We can't fix this. So it's time to get rid of it. It starts with the coaching staff. It will obviously continue with Zach LaVine as well. He has requested a trade, and I think others will have to follow suit. I don't think this team has it in it anymore to make a change, to make an adjustment, players or coaches. So I just think it's time to change it. We'll see what ends up happening. Again, I tried to be as respectful as possible, but thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.